sure you
It
do
is
great.
my pleasure, in Dan Norris's absence, to call to order the June 10th, 2026 meeting of the Finance Committee. First is receipt of reports. First up, we have our accounts paid report for the period ending April 2026. Is Melvin on?
Yes, I saw him.
Great.
I'm here, present.
There he is.
Anything that you want to report before I open it up to questions?
Um, Nothing in particular. Dan asked some good questions in the email via
I am the
email.
wrong one, Matt. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I can speak.
Mr. Pitts
My
will
first
come
was
up on one seat.
Matt.
Yeah.
All good. All good. Ready to go when you are. Love it.
I think Miss Salerno probably
Yes,
has
Miss
maybe some
Salerno.
feedback on A and B.
Yep, I have nothing to add. Everything's in my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Salerno. Any questions from the commissioners? Okay, I would make a motion to approve.
All in favor of approving items 1A, the accounts paid report for the period ending April 2026, and item 1B, the executive summary financial report for the period ending April 2026, say aye.
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 Aye. Back
Thank
to you, Commissioner Sherman Walls.
Me. Now we'll move on to the finance officer report from May of 2026. Melvin, welcome. Mr. Pitts, welcome.
No worries. No worries. I know it's formal, but you can call me Melvin, but it's fine. Dan had asked a lot of good questions via email. Just to clear a lot of that up, I try to report to you guys what I have in my ledger at the point in time. A lot of times it's when I get money to the township and when not. Just so happened the first of the month happened on Monday and got caught up with the weekend the week before busy and didn't get a transaction into you all. So some of that money pushed over to the next month. So we'll report that this coming month. I'll be sure to make a note of that with the early reporting that we have with the 4th of July approaching us. Everything else, we're gearing up for the school bills to be issued and the madhouse to begin. Everything else is in the report. Any questions, feel free to ask.
President Ehrman, you have a question?
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Pitts, so along the lines of what you were just describing, I think the question that came through, which the public probably didn't get a chance to see, was really a question of are we on track? So can you just speak to that a little bit, and then I actually have another question.
Yes, we're more than likely we're right there. We off a couple of thousand, and that's give and take, and that's if you want to say so, is due to the lack of businesses paying not business privilege tax, but the question was around local earned tax, and that's a Berkheimer issue. The quicker they get it into us, the quicker we record it, the quicker we transfer it over to the township. So yes, we're on track.
Great. That's exactly what we want to hear, right? So my next question has to do with the last page of your report, and it's the note about the delinquent accounts. So this is sort of a standard note in your report, but I was wondering if you could give us understanding that you can't identify individual taxpayers, and I'm not asking for that. But can you give us an idea of what are we talking about? A large number of delinquent accounts, a small number, and what efforts your office is pursuing in terms of dealing with these delinquent accounts?
I wouldn't say there was a lot of trickle over from my predecessor, and we have about a handful going on there. I just dumped a bunch on CBiz's plate. He and I to meet shortly. We were supposed to meet this week. I say at least in finding and looking through my predecessor's pile of work left over, I discovered that there's about like 10 maybe that I poured onto his plate, and what that may bring, we don't know. We have to kick it around a little bit. I am currently working on some other avenues of collecting some funds for the township. More to come on that. So, I reached out to some people in my network in regards to assisting with those things. So, we'll continue to dive into that, and when that thing comes to fruition, we'll bring it to light.
Great. And when you mentioned CBiz, and just so everybody knows, that is the like an auditor who goes
Yes.
and tracks down delinquencies that have been that are outstanding that you just described, right?
Let's clarify that. I
Okay.
don't think they necessarily track down for us. It's what we discover, we give to them, and
Uh-huh.
they then proceed with that on our behalf. More to come down on the track down piece. So
Got it.
we'll get
Fair,
there.
fair enough. Thank you for that
Yeah,
clarification. Good. Thank you very much, Mr. Pitts, for that report. I appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
no problem.
Melvin, I actually have a question myself.
Sure.
When I walk around the neighborhood recently, I noticed that a couple of houses in my neighborhood had notes on their doors. Out of curiosity, I looked at what the notes were. They were taped to the front door, and both of them were tax collection notes. I did not investigate closely. I just sort of saw that that's what it was. Is that our doing? That sort of surprised me to see that.
I think that's county doing.
Okay.
There are some I don't know if there's the place or time to speak about that. There are some things happening with that, with delinquencies and people paying their real estate taxes. So
Okay,
the
maybe you could
county,
give us some more information on that. I just
yeah,
felt unaware that type of thing was taped to the door. I was thinking
Hmm.
it was, another matter. So,
is definitely not for me. That's for sure. So um, those standards are set. Rates are set by you all as well as the school, and county oversees a lot of that, and they probably did that via sheriff sales or whatever.
I was towing the line between being nosy and not being nosy. So I
Hey,
appreciate
as you should be. It's the only way you find out things, being nosy.
appreciate it. Okay, so any other questions? Okay, with that, I would like to call for the approval of the Finance Officer May 2026 reports.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, and moving on to our IT report from May 2026. Michael, Mr. Rubin, are you with us?
Yes, yes, I am, Commissioner. How we doing?
Aye. Do you have anything additional to report?
Nothing additional to report, but happy to answer any questions as usual.
Any questions? Okay, seeing none, I would like to move to accept the Information Technology May 2026 report.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opening it up for old business. Any commissioners have old business they'd like to discuss? Okay, new business?
I have a question, if I may. Manager Elliott, I know it's only June, but I know that staff is starting to gear up for budget season. Can you give us just a very brief overview of sort of like what happens between now and when the budget calendar starts coming out and that sort of thing, just to clue people in? It's not just September when you're working on the budget. It's sort of a much lengthier process.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, budget season for us starts in July. It starts with meetings with departments, and so we changed our process up a little bit last year with the implementation of OpenGov. So it made the system, the process a little easier. I would like to say it's still a long process and it requires a lot of work, but Janice is able to open up the templates in OpenGov, and our departments are able to fill them in, and Janice works with the departments to work on their numbers and review them. So there's meetings with department heads, Janice and the manager. And then we kind of work and see what fits within the budget, try to make sure that we're meeting priorities, talking with commissioners and the like to see what their priorities are as well, and other outside parties such as the library and the fire departments and the like, so that we have a draft budget and presentations ready for our public budget workshops that start at the end of September. I think it's the last Tuesday in September and the first Tuesday in October are our first two. And then our final wrap up is the last Wednesday in October before we go into our president's budget message and approval of preliminary plan in November.
Great. Thank you for that explanation. Thank you. And thank you again, Madam Chair.
You're welcome. Okay, with no new business, we'll move on to Citizens Forum. Are there any citizens joining us? Miss Melton, you have 3 minutes.
This is going to be real quick. I attended a meeting a couple of months ago and I asked a direct question about the money that was in the budget for park rangers and for John Russell Park. I was informed that the money that was put aside for Parks and Recs and for that issue had to be re-allotted to the police, which, hey, I think a police officer is more, their presence would be more so than a park ranger. So I'm okay with that. But it led me to a question in my mind, and this is the question. I attended the budget meetings, not all of them. I might have missed one. Who gives the authority to reallocate money that one department has determined they need for them to do what they needed to do? I call it, and again, I'm speaking for myself, I call it robbing Peter to pay Paul. Now, it went to the police district, and again, everybody knows I'm always for the police district, but that leads me to think then where that money was allotted, now they're shortchanged. They can't do what they need to do. We get shortchanged because what it was allotted for, we still don't have someone over there watching the crazy activity that goes on in one of your parks. So I guess that's my question. Whose responsibility is it? Or is it some ordinance that when you find that you need to switch money here to there, who gets to say that's what we're going to do?
Thank you for your question, Ms. Melton. I'll defer to either President Ehrman or Manager Elliott for a response.
Yeah, the board does.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The staff makes a recommendation. A budget is a living document.
Right.
It's not set in stone, and there are sometimes shifting priorities. And staff would make a recommendation to the board, and the board makes the final decision.
Okay, then I'm gonna say this to the board. I would like to see more police presence at that lot at John Russell Park, because if you took the money that was in the budget for that, you have 9 miles, 8 hours a day. Just take an officer, they can just run around a circle. Just their presence might help. Because again, that money was allotted. Someone made a decision that the police department needed it, but the police department already had a budget. I'm just saying.
Thank you for those comments, Ms.
Thank you for
Melton.
your comments, Ms. Melton. We appreciate your participation as always. Are there any other comments for Citizens Forum? Okay, seeing none, I would like to move for adjournment.
All those in favor of adjourning Commissioner Shermy Wall's first chairwomanship, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.